And all systems are operational. Having some technical difficulties setting up here, but we should be good to go now. Salutations, class, and welcome back. It has been a very busy week for me. Warmest welcomes to Marky and Mal. We should be good to go on all fronts here now. Double checking everything. Everything looks good. All right, let us proceed. So, where we last left off, we had just gotten through the Elite Four for the first time. And for the first time, I mean, apparently, actually the first time, since our team seemed to be a lot better assembled than I thought initially. Despite the huge level difference between us and the bosses we had to face, we still ended up beating them on just the very first try. Let's go ahead and get our way over to Vermilion City. This is where we get to the post-game shenanigans. One of my favorite parts in any Pokemon game, honestly. I don't know what it is about the Sevi Islands. I guess it's kind of the loose feeling about them that you do get just a lot of wandering a whole bunch of different places. Or it might be the fact that the first time I did have an experience with it, I was a kid discovering everything for the first time, so maybe that's where my bias lies. Marissa helped us so much during the Ice Fights member of the Elite Four, but unfortunately, she will not be a mainstay member of her team. Although, I do feel like it would have been good to probably have her instead. Like, if it wasn't for Zapdos being my absolute favorite Pokemon, I think she would have kept that spot just fine, because we need someone else to take care of all the darn ice types that have given us trouble. They're out there occasionally, and there's not too many strong ones in this generation. But that's what ended up destroying us the most, was having 1, 2, 3, 4 ice-type weaknesses on the team. And none of them particularly good at handling them back. So yeah, Marissa helped with that, but then everyone else kind of held out on their own. We got ourselves a bit of a later stream this evening. It's been a long work week for yours truly. And with some of the schedule changes going on, this might happen more often. In fact, I might even make it an hour later than our usual stream time as kind of a more regular thing. When I got home, yeah, I was definitely ready just barely before it was normally time to stream. But we'll see how things end up changing in the next few weeks. So, we were told to go to one island with our rival being kind of a little snarky guy. If y'all will remember, we did a little bit of exploration in Mount Ember previously, which is where we end up finding Moltres. Should we go on a legendary bird hunting trip? That actually sounds like a fun time. We might save that for next stream. What we need to do now, for one, is level up our under-leveled friends here. Mostly Blocky, Kageyama. I feel like we'll run into enough water types, or at least things that Kageyama can deal with. Though there's probably Fearos all over the place up here. Let's see, Rock Smash. You get to learn Rock Smash. Wait, we don't have the HM for it yet, do we? No, we needed it to get up our... Yeah, that's what it was. We'd been to one island before, and we needed that in order to get up through Mount Ember because of all the rocks that are up there. These are all good moves to have. Steel Wing kind of serves the same purpose as Rock Smash. Just our anti-rock move, essentially. Which is funny that Rock Smash doesn't have any specific damage advantage against rock types, other than just being regularly super effective. I'd like the idea if it specifically did double damage on top of super effective damage to rock types. Huh. We've apparently never captured a Ponyta. Let's see if Kageyama's got himself a little bit of a speed advantage. That he does. Giga Drain shouldn't one-hit KO. Weak move, weak power off of a... Oh, well. I mean... that could happen. So I want to grab the items that we have behind the rocks up there. Yeah, it's funny, I always remember finding the breakable rocks in Rock Tunnel, though that actually wasn't a move in the first generation. This is something that we came back to. Something from, was it from Gen 2 or 3? I don't know. But I've always remembered Rock Smash being all over Fire Red and Leaf Green just because it ends up showing up in the post-game. And you do see it way earlier on in Rock Tunnel, even though it's completely optional over there. But I thought I remembered them popping up in, like, Mount Moon and such, but apparently that wasn't the case. Does this block us off? Yes, it does. Let's get our little way through here. I like that they put a few double battles throughout the regular FireRed game. I've been thinking recently about trying to get into more competitive Pokemon stuff, and figuring out which sort of metagames I enjoy better. For what I hear, I mean, we all know doubles is kind of the competitive thing. And while I previously have only been a singles-only trainer, I feel like through an actual metagame analysis, I would enjoy double battles having a lot less weird stall shenanigans. Much better. Plus, the really cool thing is the actual prediction game you get out of, oh, am I going to protect or am I not going to protect? Or who's going to protect or who won't? All the shenanigans with Follow Me and all the other moves are really, really cool too. I had a friend a long time ago that I ended up going through the Battle Maison with our 3DSs. And that was like our thing that we did was, whenever we'd meet up for the day, it's, oh man, we gotta make our progress on a run here. And that we did. We eventually got those 50 wins, though it took like a couple of months. I think it took our, 4th or 5th run through the whole thing in order to make it happen. Give me some strength out here, Nitori. Now, we just took this path earlier, but I can't remember what path we used to take up here. Though with Rock Smash, this should be a lot easier now to get up to the top. Not the very, very top. But there is a spot with those Team Rocket grunts from earlier that we gotta get past. And if I remember, they were off on the very far right side of one of these places. I feel like maybe having a grass type in front won't be a good idea with Fearow being everywhere. Yeah, we'll find some other water types for... Oh! One of the few times I've seen that actually hit something. Yeah, I don't play enough competitive Pokemon myself to see Pursuit actually have its effect in action very often. I really think they shouldn't have taken it out. That is such an iconic move. Really unique mechanic to it, too. I wish we had pursuits of a few more different types. Would probably help singles be a bit less stall-worthy. Though, I suppose it does kind of end up creating a lot more hard counter situations. Like, there's the whole deal in competitive Pokemon of pursuit trapping, where you get a Pokemon with a really, really good type advantage against someone else, and... oh yeah, you just immediately click Pursuit and you win. If they can't do that much to you in the first place, then you either win from them staying in and taking Pursuit, or win from them trying to switch out against it. Which a lot of Pokemon learned Pursuit this generation. I think it's even on Metagross of all things. Back when Steel actually had the resistance to Dark and Ghost. Yeah, you could trap other psychics by just popping in and then having the pursuit ready. Since we didn't have too much good coverage for a lot of psychic-type Pokemon out here, I think... Well, let's see. Yeah, this is our way up to the top to face Moltres. Nothing over here. You know what we haven't done? There might even still be a little bit more for us to find in Victory Road. Was this it? No, that's the way back down. I'm glad they got rid of a lot, or at the very least they should make a lot of these situations more convenient with the HM stuff. Reading through the prompt every single time is definitely a problem, and I can't remember how they did it in newer generations. I do feel like I remember them making it a lot more convenient. Thank you for the hydrate, Storm. How are you doing this evening? Little grassy patch here is suspicious, but no, that's not it. There's some spot around here that has those Team Rocket grunts doing shenanigans. So further down? Just got home from your local game store with some friends. A little tired, but we managed. Same. Absolutely big same, because I just finished a 6-day work week. Yeah, we've had a few streams in between there, but I haven't had a chance to truly just sit down and take a day off. But, good news. Now I do have that chance, and we're using that to have a great stream tonight and a great stream tomorrow night. And the rest of this week should actually turn out really, really good for me. It was only today and yesterday that ended up being weird. We are on the new work schedule now, and so, unfortunately... Wait, is Kageyama holding the EXP share? We need to remember to be handing out the Lucky Egg and EXP share as much as possible. Who's got it? Okay, you are holding it. And the Lucky Egg is on Neither. Ride the Lightning doesn't really need any level ups right now. Let's just have both Blocky and Kageyama get a lot of the EXP share. The EXP here. Because my brain was also thinking Lion's share at the same time. The Lion's share of all the EXP. You've got good defenses. We can give you the leftovers. Were you buying magic cards, Storm? That would be my first guess. That would be the tunnel to get us back up to where we just were. So, we know the Rock Smash takes care of that. So, I think we have to go off to the right here. Tomorrow's scheduled to be a Deep Rock Galactic Road Core stream. I might change it to something else if more folks are popping up that want to play something different. Of course, I gotta give Road Core a try. Yeah, these are the folks we're looking for. Over here. We'll try digging here. That treasure the admin's been talking about should be here. What the? You're in the way. Oh, wait. So it's not them. Wait, what do we gotta do? We were sent to one island. Wait. I think we just gotta talk to the nerds doing their computer stuff over here first. Alright, let's check in on them. Got a little bit ahead of myself. I remember, having to figure out a lot of this stuff from the very, very beginning when I was playing this as a kid. And it took me a while to eventually get to the point where I was doing all the One Island stuff. Xander, how have things been for you? Oh, is that right? You've caught more Pokemon. Do you know what? Maybe I can be useful to you. I'm modifying the network machine right now. I'm changing it so it can handle trades over long distances. When I get finished, you'll be trading for exotic Pokemon from trainers far away. But there is a slight catch. For the link to work, the machine needs a special gemstone. It's supposed to be on one island, but I haven't found one yet. Who knows where it could be? Huh. A clue, and we haven't even been directed where we need. Hopefully that wasn't exactly what we needed to get. Because even then, that's a bit of a vague hint. I can't believe my boy Celio is out here vague posting. Yeah, I don't see any changes to NPCs in there. For a laugh, let's check out Treasure Beach. We've got the item finder now, so finding things over here should be easy. Nothing? Aha! Not a bad find. I wonder if there's just going to be in any of the designated sandy patches around here. Okay, so just a couple of Ultra Balls, apparently. Alright. So that we don't end up wandering lost, let me look up a little guide real quick and see where we end up wanting to go. Pokemon FireRed walkthrough. We could be wandering aimlessly, but I'm willing to just carry this playthrough to the end. Yeah, okay, there we go. We gotta walk through now. Because I am looking forward to going back through FireRed again with a better ROM hack that carries over a lot of stuff from newer generations. Oh no, it's not Ultra Balls. These are the... This is the factory. The bomb factory. These are bombs. Howdy, Nobo. How you doing? Okay, so apparently... Apparently, it seems like that was actually what we needed to do. We needed to talk to Celio, and then we go back to Mount Ember. So that little conversation with him, and then the Team Rocket grunts get to work. So, make our way all the way back up there. But how are you doing, Nobo? I know it's a bit late for you, just as it's a bit late for me. I might even keep this stream short. It's a good day for me to rest. Might make this one 2 hours instead. We'll focus on having a bigger FireRed stream next time. Ah, can't even escape from this battle. You've recently seen a few videos on SpongeBob and you know how some of the things are in English? Yeah. That's right, I hadn't even thought about a lot of the singing in, the other dubs. I wonder how they end up interpreting that. Yeah, Tom Kenny's great, and I'm sure he did all the voice acting for, SpongeBob's song, even the... Yeah, everyone knows the one I'm thinking of. Rusty Gray, yeah, that one. Every instance of closed captioning I've seen for that one has, in parentheses, with soul. Tom Kenny's a great voice actor. The voice, I don't know how much it comes up for dubs in other language, like how frequently we get big shot voice actors doing the voice for SpongeBob and a whole bunch of other cartoon characters. Because Tom Kenny's over a whole bunch of American productions. Exactly, no. Exactly. Rusty Gray, yeah, it's pizza. I ran out of breath. But trust me, I was also singing that with soul. It's the pizza, yeah, for you and me. I'm laughing too hard. I can't even do it. Yeah. Like, other little bits of trivia I know are... Like, the Spanish voice actor for Vegeta is such a huge Dragon Ball fan in and of himself that, like, his entire website's branding is just Vegeta, Vegeta, Vegeta. Oh, welcome, Quill. We were singing our favorite fast food restaurant songs with Soul, you know. I'm sure folks are familiar with the ever so famous and necessary Krusty Krab, yeah, yeah. Krusty Krab pizza. You know, that pizza for you and me. I'm not doing that again. Phew, punched through at last. Let's go treasure hunting. Yeah, I'm glad y'all are on the same beat here. I'm a bit out of breath. Oh, I skipped the dialogue. Oh, and what are the passwords? At the rocket warehouse, I mean. What, you forgot the password? Hold on. Take a screen cap of that. Like, I get what that means, but is there actually in the dictionary? Merriam-Webster, help me out here. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of heated debate on this online. Incredible. Yeah, I will need that hydrate. Cool, thank you so much. And accordingly, here's your very necessary hug. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty winded today. It could also be the fact that I have the, fan on. Give me a second. I want to give that another go around. Enjoy me staring deeply into your soul for the moment. Okay, should be doing a lot better now. Could be taking a lot out of me. I mean, I think it's just more of the stuffy weather in here. I haven't vacuumed in a bit, so I gotta get all that extra scrunko love out of the air and the carpet. The first one's Goldeen Need Log. And the second one is... Hey, this Snoop's been listening in! Oh, well, y'all want to take me up on that? There we go, level ups for the folks in the back. Trying to horn in on our treasure. Don't bet on it. Well, thank you, Quill. I do like them. I feel like they need changing or at least recontextualization. That was a theme I had from the very, very beginning, but I feel like I've gone less on the omnidisciplinary scientist direction. Okay, with the way they were positioned, I thought they were going to be hitting us with a double battle, but that's not the situation here. But yeah, I really, really appreciate them. I think the biggest design issue is that with their geometric shape, with the way that they've kind of ended up on the coat, like, I think they should be scattered around a lot more randomly. The only reason that they're up here on the shoulders is because I'd initially be streaming with the model, like, from here. But now I make it even less prominent. I'm usually just have the little head poking up here. Is this the part where I turn into one of those VTubers that's just got the... Oh, whoops. Yeah, there's the actual cutoff for my video. Is this the part where I turn into one of those VTubers that just has, like, the model taking up half the screen? Like, I know y'all have seen them around, which will end up having so much going on. You're a geometric shape. I mean, I suppose so. If you consider friend-shaped to be friend-shaped. No, well, this is just where the camera cuts off, Quill. I have not been bisected. I mean, it's not like my model lacks legs or anything like that. Oh no. Maybe that's actually the situation. I haven't brought that up in a long time. Yeah, I mean, y'all should probably know by now that y'all have almost had no reason for me to see me below the neck, even. Hey, Strong Bad, check it out. I've got... Which episode was that with the low polygon count? Why is what funny to me? Is it because your brain has spent this entire time filling in the gaps in between that you've neglected to understand that I only have half a model? Playing a Pokemon game reminds me of how cool Pokemon Professor / villain coded the Xander design is. I've actually pulled in quite a few people noticing that specifically on Pokemon streams before. Could not grasp the true form. Well, in time, I'd like to have the Xander 2.0 model. For one thing, I'd like to get a model that doesn't frighten me whenever I flip it horizontally, because if I do... Okay, warning. I'm about to do something very, very frightening. Yeah, the horizontally flipped model looks absolutely atrocious. So, let me get this off of your screen. So, whenever I get a Model 2.0, I definitely got to make it look a lot more symmetrical, because I've looked at this one long enough that I don't notice how like, actually asymmetrical the model is. So, next time that happens, I'm getting a better one. SBC... Oh, okay, Strong Bad's Cool Game. Commercial. Got it. I wonder what kind of stuff ends up in other SpongeBob dubs that ends up being humorous like that. Like, there's probably some idioms or puns that happen in SpongeBob that I wonder that if they end up trying to translate something new. Death the kid screaming in the distance? Oh no. I hate that my millennial weeb ass actually knows what you're talking about. But yeah, Nova was talking earlier about how he's never heard the English dub of SpongeBob until recently, and so he was getting a really big chuckle off of Krusty Krab, yeah, yeah. What? But how? Develop amnesia conveniently and forget everything you heard. Sorry, friend, I'm not a Slowbro. Or Mewtwo in Gen 1. You've been eavesdropping on us, haven't you? You know what I want to try? I do want to learn Blender. What if I could get a 3D model running? You do that every Tuesday? Real. Some days I feel like I forget everything. The lyric is slightly different. I mean, yeah, you gotta make it... For a lot of songs, you gotta make them rhyme in other languages, I'd imagine. There's even that whole episode where, which for some reason is the musical for no reason, where they're building a well in the behind the Krusty Krab. And there's like 3 different songs in that episode. I'd be glad to take Blender advice. I've messed with Blender before. It's a post-SpongeBob movie episode, Novo. I don't think it... Well, it's one of the few good ones from, like, Season 4, I think it was? It was, like, in the one season immediately after the movie, which is still kind of good. Why'd you have to win? What a setback. We'll have to regroup. You, don't even think about taking a step inside there. If you know what's good for you, don't even think about this. I mean, I'm not gonna think about it, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna be a little idiot going, ooh, what's in here? I'm going in without even thinking about it. Yeah, first 3 seasons, there's some sparse episodes that happen in future seasons which are really good. And I have yet to confirm for myself, but what I've heard is starting from, like, season, what, 15, I think? I mean, literally within the last year or two, there are people on the SpongeBob production team now who are folks who grew up watching the first few seasons. So I hear that it's recently, very, very recently, actually become very, very good again. Noble wanted to warn... Yeah, 16 seasons of SpongeBob. Well, hopefully you survived that, Blocky. The champ! Let's go! So I'm hearing some of the SpongeBob episodes from, like, just the past 2 seasons have actually gotten up to quality comparable to the original few. So Nova's warning me that most of the levels he made are starting to get copyright claims on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I really... Oh, wait, hold on. I think we just failed the Sokoban puzzle. Yep. I was looking away. See? I'm not thinking about wandering in here. This, I remember, was my first Johto jump scare. Running into a Slugman being like, I don't recognize you! So yeah, custom level stuff might end up happening either VOD not saved on Twitch or just in Discord. We're gonna catch Slugma, because Slugma's a little guy. Okay, never mind. Porygon is too strong. I remember the Sandcastle episode. No, that one was from like season 8 or 9. It was a while ago. But howdy, Kahila. Glad to see you too. We were getting into the post-game stuff just now. And we're talking about SpongeBob dubs. Wendy's, really, of all things. Now, the Sandcastle episode was good. The one I just mentioned about the musical episode with the well is also really good. Yeah, unfortunately, Nobo. Steven Hillenburg passed away like 6 years ago. And it's because he is gone that initially, against his wish, well, initially his wish was, hey, yeah, let's not make any SpongeBob spin-offs and stuff like that. And Nickelodeon deciding they're going to trample all over his grave. It was only a few months after he passed where they started promoting all the new spin-offs they were going to do. Like, they had 2 seasons of oh, what if they were kids and they were CGI kind of deal. As well as the Patrick Star Show. Yeah, no, Hillenburg, who I deeply respect and admire so very much, he's, rolling over in his grave, I'd say. You want to hear the wildest thing? Okay, here's the most genuinely disgusting thing I've heard regarding, like, IP stuff. SpongeBob's voice is copyrighted. No, not CGI. It's hold on. I gotta get an example. Yeah, I know. I just dropped another bomb on y'all at the same time. Yeah, this was it. Camp Coral. They had like a, oh, what if we did the Looney Tune Babies thing, but they're little 3D you know, doing the whole 3D model thing. Yeah, that was something that happened shortly after Stephen. Yeah, 2021 to 2024. So it was very shortly after Steven Hillenburg left us. Yeah, so Tom Kenny's SpongeBob voice specifically is copyrighted. He can't do that voice for any other performance. No, those are from a TV show. Like how we had Jimmy Neutron done in CGI. So they made a 3D SpongeBob spinoff with kids. Which, you know, goes against the whoops, wrong button. Which goes against the SpongeBob canon, as so many of those characters he met in very early season 1 episodes and not when they were kids. Sandy, for example. Why did I just swap? Yeah, I swapped Kageyama in case we do want to find another Slugma to catch. Yeah, Patrick Star Show as well. Hold on, I feel like... Was that more of the Sokoban up there? You could watch SpongeBob, or you could watch your favorite Science Man, Professor. I'm just kidding. Y'all have no obligation to watch me ever. Like, if any of y'all feel compelled to be, hey, sorry I'm late, or sorry I haven't been here, anything like that, like, y'all watch whatever when you want. I do the streaming thing because I love the streaming thing. And lately we have been back to keeping up VOD, so... I mean... y'all watch when y'all can make it. Imagine watching a shitty SpongeBob spin-off while strung out of your mind on meds. Yeah, I'd rather not imagine such a horrific experience. Welcome to the episode where we talk about SpongeBob. Watch Xander, watch SpongeBob, or go to sleep because it's 3 a.m. Do you have any obligations tomorrow? I would say go to bed if you have any obligations. When it comes to watching Xander Turing, you should have 2 other priorities that are higher. 1 is homework and 2 is sleep. If y'all are neglecting any of your schooling, your professor says no, don't do that. I would rather y'all focus on your education or any training or classes or things like that. Teacher 6, so you're like going to school later than usual. Interesting. Also, there better be a secret here, not like... Oh, wait. Okay, so it's the same thing on each of these tablets. Rather than look this up, we are going to explicitly decode this. Always love these little puzzles, and we get to do this again once we're back on, Emerald. You know what's funny? I don't know how it would have changed in the most recent versions of Tohomon Purple. But way back when it was still called Tohomon Emerald, it still had the original Reggie puzzle, which... yeah, I don't even know how it's changed in Purple. But I took a long time to figure out how to redo that puzzle in Tohomon Purple. And it turned out it's like an alternate it's a, since you still had to get a Whale Lord and Relicanth, I believe, right? Yeah, it's a Whale Lord and a Relicanth to get into the Reggie Cave. That ended up coinciding with just the way the Toho Dex is organized. It was a specific Mei Ling and a Flandra, which is pretty interesting coincidence, I suppose. Given a lot of the fan theories about, oh, Flan being kind of an unstable child, and then for some reason, a lot of people just like to characterize Mei Ling as just being one of the others that she gets along with very well. You know, like the token, oh, here's the stand-in parent that can actually stop the screaming child, so on and so forth. I never caught a Feevas legitimately. Never did. I don't even know if I've owned a Milotic in any of my time playing. Maybe I did in later generations, where it was easier to catch. So. A, B... Oh, is this just the alphabet? D, E, F. Okay, so this just looks like the alphabet up here. G, H, I, J, K, L. Okay. These single tablets are different, though. The rest is on an RNG basis. Don't worry. When I first got into Toho, I had so much trouble remembering their names, too. You know, because they're all Japanese, except for, you know, some of the token strangely named characters. There's a few fairies. There's, Western origin characters like Patchouli, and a lot of the Toho 6 cast, like Remilia Scarlet, for example, but then Sakuya Izayoi is a Japanese name. So this is gonna be TUV. Drown it! Classic Nobo. What are these supposed to be? Hold on. So yeah, we should have 26 characters total, so this would be G, right? No. Oh, is this... Wait, it's not Y and Z. A, B, C. D, E, F. But then G, H, I starts down here. J, K, L. M, N, O. P. Oh, we have more down here. Q, R, S. Yeah. And Girls in Panzer. That too, that too. Let's see, on the subject of names and faces. Yeah, I tend to do better with faces than with names, myself. So let me guess, TUV? Yeah. WXYZ. I wonder if these are supposed to be punctuation marks? It's not a cipher, Quill. It's literally just Braille. Is there a record of Oh, okay. So we're looking at period here. And this is comma. So it's a period and comma. It's just the whole alphabet. Oh, well. There's our solution. Alright, here we go. Here's the actual fun part. E. You know, we'll type it up in the little text box. What does this come out to saying? I mean, I guess it is kind of a cipher. It's a one-to-one cipher of just symbols, but it's not like rearranging the text that's there. That's actually why Braille is in the Gen 3 games, because one of the devs was like, everyone should know Braille, and put in puzzles because of it. So, the manuals for both Ruby Sapphire Emerald and FireRed Leaf Green had a Braille chart in them. I always liked the ideas of these little alphabet ciphers when I was a kid. So we've got an E. V. Every, I assume. Yeah. Every. I'm gonna guess it. Oh, it's not everywhere. Yeah, there is a Braille chart in the manual. Everything. Oh, did Nobo already solve it just looking at that while we were chit-chatting it up? Yeah, I should have expected Nobo to immediately hop on on a cipher. Very quick. I get that. I get that. Everything. Yeah, because I have the chart on my second screen. What if I just held this picture next to the actual game on my own screen? Darn it. Would be a lot easier for me to decode too if I was looking at it right in front of my face. Yeah, there is more. So it starts off with everything, and then H, I assume A, S, yep. Everything has... I'm gonna wildly guess its meaning... Yes? Everything has meaning. We don't even need that indicator anymore. Another E. That one's not another V. Eggs. I'm gonna assume it's existence. Yep. Existence has MEANING again. Everything has meaning. Existence has meaning. B E I N G. A lot of the ones that keep popping up again I'm starting to recognize. I mean, it sounds like bars, or it could just be random pseudo-philosophical nonsense. Being A-L, I assume I-V-E, yeah. Being alive. Welcome, Alvin. I'm gonna assume has meaning again. Yeah. Let's just put that on the previous line. Move that up for y'all a bit. I don't think it's a haiku. I think we've got more going on, because yeah, we've got more lines after this. Like, I don't think this is even part of a puzzle. This is just Easter egg stuff for us to do here. Disappointed that the L for Braille is not shaped like an L, the letter. Have. Why suddenly Spanish? Why do you mean that? The por qué no los dos is a, It's a meme from a... Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm saying this. It's a meme from a taco shell commercial that aired in, presumably, America. So yeah, literally it's just, why not both? But it was such a memorable enough commercial that people tend to remember a lot of the ¿Por qué no los dos? Dreams? Yeah, sounds like you're right. Yep, passing the check. So this is not has. I'm used to just seeing that first word be has. U, S, E. Yeah, there's a hard shell, soft shell taco, and they're just, why not both? ¿Por qué no los dos? Use use power. Wait, what's that last letter? Because it's not S. Oh, is that just a period? Probably should have grabbed a different one that had the punctuation on it. Looking at my other chart, could I get one that has characters on? Yeah. Have dreams, use power. With a period on the end. And that's what our text here says. Everything has meaning, existence has meaning, being alive has meaning. Have dreams, use power. But not too much or your electric bill will go up. It wasn't fun doing the translation, depending on how long it can go. You know what I'd like more? An actual cipher. Braille is just a different alphabet. I think this one was the... Yeah, I think this specifically was the, like the rock tunnel music. Was the cave music I didn't like in FireRed. It was a bit spookier to me for a kid. I mean, that might be why rock tunnel ended up being such a problem for me. Took me forever to get through, and I've already ruined the Sokopa. Well, I think that was the end of that puzzle to solve. So yeah, we're gonna have to... Well, I think if we go off-screen, the boulders stop being a problem. Also, why are there suddenly more powerful slugmas after we caught a weaker one already? Alright, start this over from the beginning. A lot of the times we moved off-screen from those rocks, yeah, they reset. I don't remember that happening in Ruby, though. I wonder if that's specifically a FireRed thing. Alright, so we haven't been through here. Maybe this is just a way out. Yeah, it's just a shortcut back. So we got the ruby. This questline might not take us nearly as long as I thought it would. Oh, that's... Yeah, apparently all that you had... You literally just manifested it, because we tried to go talk to the rocket grunts before, and then it's like, oh, no, you gotta talk to Celio. And he just manifested the grunts being done with their work. Thank you, Xander, you're simply amazing. May I ask one more giant favor of you? While I was studying gemstones, I discovered something important. There's another gem that forms a pair with this ruby. That other gemstone is supposed to be in the Sevi Islands. Xander, please. I need you to go find the other gem. Xander, may I have your fairy pass in the town map? Did you never play through to the end of FireRed or Leaf Green, Quill? This is my own fairy pass. It will let you get to all the Sevi Islands. Xander, please. I can't do it without your help. But yeah, this is just a unique Pokemon Center for the postgame stuff. And all that is a long-range communication machine. This is the questline to be able to trade with Ruby and Sapphire. Which, yeah, is why we're looking for a Ruby, and you get 3 guesses to figure out what the other gemstone is. And the first two don't count. Oh! Mashing through text too quickly. Let me guess, back at Vermilion? Alright, one more. Yeah, we can hop to any of the islands now, so... let's take our little traversal over here to 4 Island. I assume we'll go in order. Pokemon only lets you have one file and... Aww! Okay, so... you had to share one game between... oh, no. Hey, Xander! What are you doing here in the Sevi Islands? You should quit copying me, you know? Anyways, I already got my Pokemon egg, so I'm done with this island. Heh, I bet you don't even know about Pokemon eggs. You'll never fill your national decks that way. By the way, I saw someone we both know on this island. Why don't you go look around if it makes you curious? Me, I don't have the time to waste. Be smelling ya. Don't get out of his way. Ask him for another battle so you can humiliate him. Wait, hold on. I think you're explicitly cut off from being able to fight the Elite Four again while this is going on. What if we... and I saved just to make sure we didn't... just to make sure we don't get ourselves trapped in anything. Yeah, I think until you beat this questline, you don't even get to do a second challenge for the Elite Four. Like, they say that the champion is out, even though, you know, I'm the champion now. When do we get the Pokemon game that lets you just sit there and accept battles from trainers walking in? I want to crush the dreams of other 10-year-old kids. I'm so sorry, but you wasted your time coming here. Lorelei of the Elite Four is absent, you see. As a result, the Pokemon League is closed for the time being. So, yeah. We can't even get in for now. I swear those are Hoenn trees right there. Alright. We'll make our way back to 4 Island, scrounge around a little bit. This is where we unlock Pokemon breeding as well, which is really cool. Also nice that we get Slugma right beforehand. Though, I think... yeah, I think this is the... it's Emerald where we get the Flame Body hatches eggs faster. I don't think it's in this game. It was right after it. Emerald is such a weird game. There's so many newer features in that one, which just weren't in Ruby, Sapphire, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. Also, the current is much too fast. We can't surf here. No surfing around these islands. Even though there'd be nothing stopping them from just, you know, putting rocks around. 4 Island, the warm blue flow island, which we shall visit right after we get back from our next break. sliding our little way back in. Welcome back, everyone. So, 4 Island, I think, doesn't really have anything going on it, except for... I'm the daycare man. I help take care of the precious Pokemon of trainers. If you'd like me to raise your Pokemon, have a word with my wife. So yeah, here's where we do all the breeding stuff. I don't think we have any... Wait a minute. So we had from way earlier, where are you? Oh, probably all the way back in box 1. Yeah, Oshiro we didn't even get to evolve. So you'd eventually learn Cross Chop, which is how we'd be able to get that onto Machamp. We'd have to breed another one. I don't think we're doing any better than Marissa, though. Like, Adamant Nature, let's go. Yeah, as much as I'd love to, Quill, I think it's going to be a different ROM hack of FireRed where we end up doing a lot of the big training kind of stuff, because I know people have made FireRed Plus or FireRed Definitive Edition stuff. This one is, while it is, yeah, a ROM hack of FireRed, it's all this one does is put in all of the leaf green Pokemon into any of the capture lists. Yeah, we were referencing the Street Fighter 6 character. There, boing, you're awfully heavy. Ready? Boing. We're having a body slam match to see who wimps out first. If you were to join us, you'd be squashed like a bug, though. How about I teach body slam to a Pokemon of yours instead? There's actually a lot of Pokemon that would make great use of this. I mean, it would be better than strength on Nitori of all things. Yeah, Seribot's just that good. I wish that stuff didn't show up in my chat filter, though. Like, could I get this off my screen? I didn't even know there was a Body Slam tutor in this game. Like, that's powerful. Yeah, one thing I'd like to look for soon is a different way to handle the multi-streaming for y'all, because I've heard there's been a lot of latency issues on Twitch. YouTube tends to work a lot better. Lots of stuffed dolls, but I think this is supposed to be Lorelai's house. Yep. Oh, you found me! Please don't tell Lorelai. Did you know that Lorelai has lots and lots of stuffed dolls? Every time she comes back to 4 Island, her collection grows. And those of y'all not in the loop, one of the most infamous pieces of trivia about Lorelai here. Every few times you beat the Elite Four, she adds another plushie to her house. She keeps buying Depression plushies every time you beat her. Ooh, chili. I made a slushie using the ice I shaved inside Icefall Cave. It's chilly and tasty. If I remember right, we find, like, Delibird here, and that's it. I don't even know if this goes back very far. Right, I think this is where we have to do something with Waterfall. Oh, Sneasel's a great find, too. Which, Dark and Ice, what a cool type combination that we got all the way back then. Weavile ended up being good at that time too, and I think Weavile's actually been good for a while, but eventually fell off, like just about every Pokemon eventually does. Except Zapdos. Zapdos is always good. I love Zapdos. Zapdos is cool. Only went to underused tier once in Black and White, and has remained OU since. Almost a flawless... Well, I mean, unless you count Pokemon like Mewtwo, who have always been really, really strong up there. Yeah, a lot of Pokemon have started in Ubers and stayed in Ubers. Vicious in nature, it drives Pidgey from their nests, and feasts on the eggs that are left behind. You know, I never felt like that looked like a weasel like it's supposed to. I forget what we're supposed to do with all the ice here. I mean, I imagine we drop through it like the gem that we have in Hoenn. Which is funny, you get an ice puzzle in the water-type gem. How's a 10-year-old kid keep surviving this nonsense? Okay, so this whole area leads back here. Aww. Aaron, thank you so much for the tuition. However, since I have you here, I'd like everyone in chat to wish Aaron a very, very happy birthday. How are you doing, friend? Thank you so much for the tuition, and I hope you're having a wonderful birthday. Okay, progress. Look at that. Yeah, get all the happy birthday celebrations around. There we go. This is how we get this. Ooh, good. Doing good, very sleepy. Me too. I plan on sleeping in real late tomorrow. I'm talking like 2 p.m. maybe. You know, the thing is, I can still get away with that since I end up having a late schedule on Thursday, which would be my next day after that. Aw, Swinub is as well. How cute. So I plan on having a big celebration this weekend, though I don't know exactly what I want to do with it. I've got random stuffs to do on Sunday for streaming. I want to do something that anyone who doesn't want to participate will at least have fun watching. It'll probably be Deadlock or fighting games, or maybe even just being on VC with y'all doing whatever. What's really cool that I'm excited for, I'm bouncing in my chair, but you can't see that on my model. Next week is the new MechWarrior DLC, which I look forward to greatly. Yeah, a lot of these Pokemon out here shouldn't be that hard to catch. It is really cool that we get so many Johto Pokemon out here. If it smells something enticing, it dashes off headlong to find the source of the aroma. Is Piloswine that good in Gen 3? I know Mamoswine was really, really good in Gen 4. And, I mean, quite a few other generations, too. Let's see. Yeah, this is the way. There's quite a few Pokemon out there that I really should give a shot training and messing around with. Like, I hadn't really used a Machamp before. And then we ended up using it a lot for this playthrough, but I think we want to save that for... Well, we want to end up using... Ah! Waterfall! Okay, this is what we need. Though I imagine we end up having some trouble teaching it, don't we? We'll see if we can replace a TM for now, yeah. And then we'll worry about relearning things later. We'll do it for Sidewinder. And we'll eventually, like, replace Surf with something, with Waterfall once we can Oh, wait! Can we just do that because we have another Surfer in the party? Hold on, what if I made Nitori forget? Oh, I guess we just get to do that. Well, what kind of other tricks does this ROM hack have? Hold on. What shenanigans can we get into? Sleep well, Nobo. I mean, I guess technically if you're in a place that you have to surf out of, you had to surf into to get there. So, can we just do this? And then just have you learn Waterfall? Oh. Yeah, will wonders ever cease? Congratulations, this entire time, I guess we never had to worry about a move deleter. Now we are surfing with no Pokemon that actually knows surf. Exactly, Levy, it just works. But for the sake of consistency, I will put surf back on. It's a shame we're pre-physical special split, otherwise there would be reason to have Waterfall Dragonite, but surf Blastoise. Let's just skedaddle our little way up here. Keep your filthy hands off the Pokemon in the cave. Do as I say, or you'll have me to answer to. Aw, shut it, lady, and leave us be. Don't let your glasses get all steamed up. Xander, what are you doing here? No, we can catch up later. Right now, I need your help. Help me kick these poachers out before they do anything else. They've been catching Pokemon here, then selling them off. Are you ready? Take that one, please. What? Who says we can't do what we want with the Pokemon we catch? I do kind of like how the story plays out where you'd expect after Team Rocket goes down, like a whole bunch of the members would still be trying to do something with it, right? Like, Team Rocket's a criminal organization. They're not a cult. I don't think you could get rid of them completely just by taking out the leader. The rest of them should be pretty content to do crimes. Yeah, no, Quill. Team Rocket is very explicitly and obviously evil. They do crimes all the time. They poach Slowpoke tails, they just capture and sell off lots of Pokemon. I mean, admittedly, the Rocket Game Corner where we got our Dratini and our Porygon is a, money laundering scheme for Team Rocket. Because they own the Game Corner, obviously. The implication of Pokemon death? There is a lot more of that in Gen 1, and accordingly the Gen 3, Gen 1 remix. Yeah, no, there's, certain Pokemon tamers that you, Pokemon trainers that you find with, like, whips. It used to be significantly darker in earlier generations. They were willing to be like that. We didn't plan on this. Yeah, Team Rocket being an actual criminal organization compared to, like, some of the more fantastical versions we get in newer generations. I mean, eco-terrorists with Gen 3 makes sense. Gen 5 having the weird animal rights organization is... Like, contextually it makes a lot of sense, but it is a little bit out there. Gen 4, though, being a bunch of, like, sci-fi nerds turning into a criminal organization somehow, that doesn't quite parse for me. Huh. So despicably weak. You, tell me, where have you taken the captured Pokemon? I'm smashing your ring once and for all. No way, I'm not telling you that. If you won't confess, we'll deep freeze you. My Lapras is furious for what you've done to its friends. Yeah, Dark, they're gonna turn these guys into ice. Whatever Cyrus was on. Yeah, that guy was just... Honestly, it feels like he was having a neurodivergent meltdown more than anything else. I hate saying that, but that seems like the most appropriate thing for the guy who has trouble getting along with anyone. Developing some huge complex scheme rather than, you know, get a therapist. Wow, okay, I'll talk. The Pokemon now are in the Rocket Warehouse on 5 Island. There, I said it. I'll be going now. But I doubt you'll ever make it into the Rocket Warehouse. Xander, thank you, but this is awful. I was born and raised here on these islands. I had no idea that those horrible criminals were loose here. So, interesting thing. This pool of water, there's nothing interesting back here. There's no items to find beyond, but that pool of water has a 1% encounter rate for Lapras. It's the only place you're able to find wild Lapras, rather than the one you get out of Silphco. Pretty cool, huh? There's a lot of killing and eating Pokemon in lore. Like, the reason Farfetch'd is so rare is because they were delicious. People enjoyed their snacks. Thank you, Levy. Yeah, you even find books in, like, Diamond and Pearl in the library that talk about how people would ritually eat Pokemon. And I don't mean, like, doing huge schemes for it, but I was talking about the whole, after you eat the Magikarp, you set its bones back into the water from which it came, blah, 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 blah. A bunch of that stuff that had a bit more of a folklore tie to it. You get a lot of folklore stuff in Diamond and Pearl. Oh, she's already back. There's something weighing heavily on my mind. If anything were to happen on the island where I was born, I wouldn't know about it if I were in the Pokemon League. I wonder if that would make me irresponsible to my home. You have no obligations. Yeah, I mean, before the Generation 6 shift, there's a whole separate 2 Pokemon eras, I'd say. Though, it's funny, there's 2 different spots where you can draw the line. There's the soft reboot with Gen 5, where a lot of Gen 4, even up to Sinnoh itself, having like 20 different Pokemon which were continuations of previous evolutions. I collected a ton of stickers. I wish I could show them off. Oh right, this is the guy that puts stuff on your trainer card. Yeah, and you get that stuff to record keep. Little points of celebration. Yep, we got the little sticker right there. So you can draw it there, but you can also draw it with the 3DS era beginning because, unfortunately, X and Y, in my opinion, did not have very good story stuff going on. We were already back here, weren't we? Yeah. So on to 5 Island we go. I keep skipping through the dialogue. I feel like he's gonna have more to talk about. But even on the topic of dark stories, I feel like that ended with Gen 5 and then didn't proceed afterwards. That's why Gen 5 still holds such a great spot in my heart. The growing the beard moment for the story. Oh, this stinks. I wanted to play in the meadow. But they put up a weird building on it, so I can't play there. Chrono Island, where time goes. That meadow has belonged to our family for generations. I should have had a giant mansion built on it. It would be preferable to having those thugs run wild on it. Oh? What building, what meadow? It's been getting busier around these parts lately. I haven't been catching many good fish lately either. Don't worry about buying anything for dinner tonight. That's what my husband said when he went off fishing today. I'm not sure if I can count on him to live up to that promise. Apparently the fish haven't been biting. I'm on my way to prepare a meal for a certain high society person. You're on a quest to catch every single kind of Pokemon? How incredible. Please tell me if you catch a strong one. Yeah, lady, I got a legendary right here. Back pocket. Got a whole ass bird. I almost wish we caught a better Zapdos, but I'll save that for a ROM hack that lets that happen better. So if we can just have them unlearn and relearn TMs whenever. Yeah, easy. I don't think we're gonna need Rock Smash for a little bit. Now, relearning moves with like a move tutor or whatever is gonna be a bit more difficult. I might end up swapping the Saturday... No. Sunday stream is when we get to do all the really, really cool stuff. See, I was thinking about celebrating the new position by going to the taco place in the next town over. It's like 40 minutes away from here, so it's not the one I usually go to. I'll do that Friday night and have my own party then. But then the party with y'all will be on Sunday night. Kageyama, you can do better than this, please. We don't need a Centret. Even if FireRed is such a wonderfully iconic Pokemon. This area is strictly off limits. Out! Out! Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Why hasn't that thing evolved yet? Bro's just letting it vibe, letting it exist. Yeah, we'll let Blocky and Bugsy get a lot of experience in here. Plus, if this is what I think it is, this is the island where we pick up the metal coat as well. I'll take that health back, thank you. Though after this, no more wing attack shenanigans, though it's not one of our best attacking options anyway. We don't have Technician to abuse this game. But apparently dual wing beat is something that Scyther gets way later, which is frightening because that would be what? 120 base power on a 2-hitting move. And the only downside is the imperfect accuracy. I know we have Technician Bullet Seed on Breloom, but do we have any other multi-hit Technician abusers? Seems like a funny strategy to pair with Loaded Dice. Bugsy OP. Well, yeah, we got the Swords Dance boost out here. But soon, Bugsy's gonna be even more OP after evolution. Especially considering that brave nature ain't doing you any favors, buddy. Alright, Blocky on point. You've got the Lucky Egg, you've got the Recover. I imagine a lot of folks in here would be playing Pokemon. Pokemon players would be the folks looking for a Pokemon stream. You'd be wasting time even if you were to get by me. Is PokeMMO still a thing? I heard about that a long time ago. Also, is that a new sprite for the Team Rocket Grunt? I don't know that we've seen the Fem ones before. Or it would have been a long time since we saw any of them. Also, they use a lot of poison types, so, here's our type matchup advantage. Get that super effective out there. And again. I wonder if it's the same PokeMMO that I heard about, like, 10 years ago. You'd feel like a project that gets that popular would have been canceled. But I know multiple people would have been trying to make a project like that for the longest time. Still alive. Unexpected. Where do we get the upgrade anyway? I know the metal coat is like right around the corner. Maybe we should make that a priority. It is found... Oh, inside the rocket warehouse. Okay. Oh, that makes me furious. So yeah, we get the evolutions for both of our mons, still waiting on them. I think if we keep surfing, we end up getting... No, it's not around here. So I think it's on 6 Island. There's nothing past here except our warehouse. So what brings you here? Well, obviously the warehouse. Do you think we could get away with a recover first? And hopefully not get hit with, like, toxic or whatever. I'll take that. I didn't know that was a Gen 3 move. The heck? I thought that was Gen 4. Also, voice crack. Y'all didn't hear that. Well, sure. We'll swap out to the other psychic user that we got. Because we're not one-hit KOing with that psychic anymore. That wasn't supposed to... I read that in a demo man's voice from TF2. Oh! That wasn't supposed to happen. I wonder if there's ever a reason for us to do a TF2 stream. Xander entered a password. Goldine need log. Another password is needed to open the door. Was that a palindrome? Goldine need log. Yeah. Oh, palindrome. Cute. Yeah, there is stuff back past here. Okay. It was just this way, not that way. Or it could be that way, not this way. Those guys look like either electric trainers or... Yeah, here we go. Before we talk to this guy about his, very deep and personal struggles. Scrub. Hello. Your Pokemon look healthy. This is where I buried my onyx. It was named Tectonics. Here lies Tectonics, is engraved on a boulder. There's a lemonade placed as an offering in front of the grave. I guess we come back here with another one of those. Yeah, that's one of the big reasons we wanted to rush here before fighting the trainers. So we got the metal coat here now. No trade necessary. Now we don't gotta worry about that speed stat being decreased, because Scizor doesn't use much of that. Ah, happy to see the Scizor, Kahila? On that note, you get to learn Steel Wing again, and crush your foes. Hey, no worries at all, Kahila. I'm very much in the mood to doze off myself. Shame we don't have any good bug moves to teach you. Like, our option would have been Hidden Power Bug. Which, no. Yeah, now you've got even more attack than Marissa. Wow, look at those stats. I think you might be the strongest attacker on our team now. No, it's well, I mean, Dragonite having 7 levels above you. Yeah, I think they've got like the same 135 or so base attacks, so yeah. They're on very similar footing. Damn. All those stats on Dragonite though, yeah. Pseudo-legendary, of course. So let's come back in the future with a lemonade. Or even immediately, actually, now that I think about it. Get us out of here, Sidewinder. Gives us an excuse to visit a Pokemon Center, get Bugsley healed up for the next time we gotta deal with, say, more poison types. I need to give a Pokemon run in the future with a Magnemite. I've never used that evolution line personally either. Though it's always been a Pokemon I end up grabbing in the post-game. I use Magnezone a lot and I always train one, but I never go through the base game with one. You'd think having a Steel type that early would be great. Bullet Punch is unfortunately not in this generation, Alvin. Which is one of the reasons I'm not too attached to this exact FireRed playthrough. Because I know there's other versions of FireRed that will have just improvements all around. This one I wanted to get like the most FireRed experience. But even like Technician is a 4th generation ability. But yeah, there's ROM hacks which will backport mechanics from newer games to FireRed or Emerald or whatever. There's one ROM hack I've been looking at lately which has FireRed stapled on top of Emerald. There we go. Can we fly out of here? No, we cannot fly off of the top of a building. Makes no sense. But yeah, no Bullet Punch, no U-turn, no Bug Bite. The only good move that Scizor gets here is Steel Wing. Though I think you can also learn Superpower through Move Tutor in Emerald. Yeah, Scizor gets a huge glow up later. But even now, remains a very functional and powerful Pokemon. Right, and Silverwind's gonna be physical in this game. Gives me ideas. Though it's a shame we don't have any section where we get physical Bug-type Silverwind with Technician. I don't know why I said Bug-type. I was thinking of the wrong thing. I was thinking of that being potentially the best Scizor attack, if it could be physical and Technicianed. Yeah, let's see you kick some butt. Right, we already had you forget. Radical Red? Is that a FireRed ROM hack? That's what I'm interested in learning about is, good FireRed ROM hacks to use out there. Well, alright, if you're not gonna let us escape. Heck with it. This probably ends the battle quicker. I wonder if that's a Nuzlocke strategy. Catch to make sure that you don't have to worry about actually losing a fight. The claws on its feet are well developed. It can carry prey such as an execute to its nest over 60 miles away. No nickname for you. Gotta run past all this nonsense. I like that all the Johto Pokemon are so low level. What, did they want you training them from the beginning, or not have... It's probably so that you don't get the easy... Oh, here's your level 30 Sentret that evolves into a Furt immediately. Oh, here we go. I'm waiting for it, Aaron. Bring it on. All of it. I'm the eldest of the bird brothers. The best thing about birds, it has to be the beak. Alright, for you, Aaron. Happy birthday. Okay, I know y'all don't want me to hurt myself, but trust me. I got very far to the threshold of hurting myself, and I know that's what y'all want. Y'all want the streamer to suffer when it's funny. Not when it's sad. Just when it's funny. Alright, well, there goes half of my T class in one go. Why, do you hear that bird guy in your mind in Lash's voice? Okay, I know what we're doing for the next few. Oh, so sharp. Hey, a raspberry. Cute. Aww. I always enjoyed this evolution line. Though the only time I ever really used them was, Coliseum. Now, he brought the cage just so that he could carry his Pidgey around without it needing to be in the Pokeball. Its body is so light, it must grip the ground firmly with its feet to keep from being blown away. I'm the middle kid of the Bird Brothers. The best thing about birds has to be the wings. I mean, I feel like the Lash would use flying types a lot. He's practically a flying type himself. He'd have a team with like 3 Haluchas and 3 Staraptors. Because we got Mega Staraptor being a flying fighting type right now, don't we? Doesn't it exactly fill Halucha's niche and then basically steal that thunder? The sauce? Okay, if we ever get a Halucha, we name it Lash. Flamigo? Okay, so that sounds like something from a generation after I stopped playing. Oh, I got Bulbapedia up already. Oh, what do you know? A flying fighting type from Generation 9. No wonder I don't recognize it. But yes, every flying fighting type has to be on Lash's team. Zap Cannon's such a cool move, I wish we had more of a reason to use it. Yes, stop learning Zap Cannon. So, one cool thing that I do want to bring up about, and once again, I'm talking about Toho Puppet Dance Performance. Flap Flap! There is a specific Ichirin, which gets no guard Zap Cannon. And you know what the worst part is? The updated version of the game nerfed her to where that's the only gimmick that she gets. Where the previous version, the very first release of Toho Puppet Dance Performance, she got no guard Dynamic Punch and Zap Cannon. Surfetched? I mean, I know about Surfetched, but what about Surfetched specifically? Oh, for being a former bird who's now just a fighting type. Yeah, easily. Oh, I didn't even know that evolved from specifically a Galarian Farfetch'd. Huh. It's just not a flying type. I'm the youngest of the bird brothers. The best thing about birds has to be the down. I wonder what we'll end up doing for the Puppet Dance Performance playthrough. Like, I could go through with just my favorites, or we could pick some funny new gimmick mons. The special thing about Puppet Dance Performance is that I do consider it, like, the most replayable Pokemon experience. You can pick any starter. Any one that you find has 3 different evolution paths they can take. So you get to play that game differently so many times. I do want an excuse to use, like, Trick Room Ichirin using, No Guard Zap Cannon. Actually, no, you don't want Trick Room, because you'd get them paralyzed the instant you use Zap Cannon. Then you probably outspeed them. Down is so comfy. It makes me drowsy. Fills me with happiness when bird Pokemon beg playfully. I feel like that would be the Lash's misogynistic way of flirting with someone. Right. We've already had this whole conversation. Yes, let's leave another lemonade. Thank you. That was my Tectonic's favorite drink. I don't even know you, but your act of kindness, it's uplifted me a little. Can you please take this as my thanks? What was TM42 again? Please be good to your Pokemon, too. Facade. Interesting. None of you really have a need to be using it. Quite a few Pokemon get a benefit off of it. Shame we don't have Flame Orb in this generation. Resort Gorgeous and Lost Cave. So there is some stuff to the north. Welcome back, Jedi. Yeah, I miss triple battles. The biggest flaw that I think that is, Missing from Puppet Dance Performance. It's exclusively single battles. There's no double shenanigans, which I think would be incredible for that game. The silly would be Facade Dragonair with, Rest Talk Facade Dragonair. Get all that extra physical defense and then wallop them with the huge damage. How you doing, Jedi? Also cute that the Hoppips are flying over here, too. Heck, if we've already got 4 potential Pokemon on Lash's team, why not go even further? Gen 3 and 4 Facade don't count sleep. How unfortunate. There's a few normal Pokemon out there with Guts. I wonder if, like, Rest Talk Facade Guts is something usable in, like, a RU or NU tier somewhere. Because I haven't specifically heard of any Pokemon using that strategy, so... I know someone's capable of doing it, but it's probably in a weaker tier. Wandering upon the net of Enter and fell into my stream. Well, welcome in, Swarf. This is what we're doing a lot of the rest of the time. Doing some chores before you get back into Ultraviolet. Is that a ROM hack of Violet, or is that a really old one that just happens to share a similar name? You travel all over the place, don't you? You're not driving your Pokemon too harshly, are you? Let me take a look. Oh, impressive. You treat your Pokemon right. I think you can be entrusted with this. Please, I'd like you to have this. Unfortunately, you don't have space for this in your... Oh. Wait, an egg? Oh, and a random trainer. Well, Zangoose would be different. I'm talking about a Rest Talk set specifically. Yeah, when I saw the Facade, I immediately thought of just Zangoose. Oh, FireRed plus... Wait, we're doing that. Wait, what's the difference? With a few extra islands for catching all 300... Well, why weren't we playing that version then? I guess I've got a whole lot of things to learn about other ROM hacks. Yeah, that might be a big thing for us to do in the future, is just regular ROM hack wandering. Alright, that seems pretty cool. Oh, a really old one. I wonder if there's anything doing like the same stuff but with newer features. Like the one ROM hack I keep bringing up interests me because it's built off of the like decompiled emerald, the one that keeps getting updated. So essentially it's building FireRed out of enhanced emerald. A Porygon set with okay, tell me about it. Also, I'm surprised Porygon's able to get into Little Cup. I guess, yeah, it's not really all that great for first evolution. Yeah, no, we're not breaking through that. Also, wild thing. Why does Zangoose get a completely unique hidden ability that's just a strictly worse Guts? Like, I wish Toxic Boost gave you a +1 to attack and speed or a +2 to attack. But they literally gave it a unique ability that's just worse guts. Like, why? I like Zangoose. Howdy, Zen. How you doing? Yeah, big Scizor fan here, too. Recover, return, recycle, ice beam, and... Wait, what was the last one? Just open Twitter. You know what's funny? I think my Twitter account was shadow banned a long time because the only thing I ever posted there were links to my Twitch when I was streaming. And then I maybe actually posted a take on Twitter just maybe a dozen times in the 2 years I was on there. Oh, Starfberry? Because I was wondering if you, like, typoed it twice. Or citrus, or what do you mean? You are a water type. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's the reason to be a fan of Scizor. Pretty sure everyone's shadow banned if you didn't pay for premium or don't simp for Musk. Yeah, I mean... I tried looking up my account multiple times later. You did typo it twice, got it. Yeah, eventually at some point I tried looking at my Twitter account when I wasn't logged in, and it said this account hasn't posted yet, so I'm really sure it was just shadow banned. But whatever. No one who's anyone is still on Twitter anymore. Every sensible person left that website, like, 2 years ago. I only left it like a year and a half ago, so count me as not quite so sensible. But how you doing, Zen? Resort gorgeous, so is this where I'm supposed to go? After all, I need to be around places that are as gorgeous as me. You peek into Twitter when you're bored and want to enjoy some art. Funny enough, I have one friend who only lurks Twitter at this point for that very reason, but another really, really funny side thing is, at this point, I keep seeing more and more of the artists I recognize just on Blue Sky. And I'm like, I know this person, I know this person, I know this person. And they keep showing up in my For You feed. The angle. It is not quite there. Are you the person who has Smeargle? Huh, cute. Okay, so what if I gave you... Oh. You actually have various strong moves in there. Big on going to concerts and Twitter keeps you up to date. I do concerts more if I had friends to go with. Unfortunately, none of my friends listen to the music I listen to, so I've only ever been to, like, 2 concerts. I don't like traveling to places where parking is difficult. I guess that's a reason for me to get, people to just drive me there and then drop me off. That's the biggest reason I don't go into the nearby big city area near me. It's because parking is too difficult for any of the events we like to do. Oh, that's good, Zen. I'm visiting my friend's retreat, if you must know. Yeah, plenty of, even some of my favorite artists, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to see them live. Carpool, split on accommodations, yeah. Like, there's been a few times in which I've gone to conventions with friends. And we'll do that kind of stuff. But not for concerts. Sure, go ahead. If you ever see my model freak out like that, it usually means I'm taking a drink. Wow, that was funny. Alright, there's the end of the glass, y'all. We'll be taking our next break very soon. Going to Yoasobi and... yeah, I have to drive a distance, so... yeah. You know what would be cool? Having a friend group where it's like... you have the friend arrangements just right to where... one person's willing to drive everyone to a concert or whatever. And... they have their own reasons to be in the area for a while and... a significantly more accessible spot. And the schedule lines up to where they can come back and just pick you up. That way you don't gotta worry about paying for a taxi or something like that. I've had lots of times cruising around the area where, we'd be trying to do things like that. Split up friends to where some of us get to do some things in some areas and some of them in other spots. Also, look at us! Our team's actually getting close enough levels again. Excuse me, I'm trying to paint. Please keep out of my sight. And since this is FireRed and not Leaf Green, we don't have people ambushing us for double battles, which I miss. That was always a cool thing. It's not impossible, but yeah, lots of logistical stuff. And for so many of the times that my friends have done logistics, it has not worked out very well. Hey, and then we get our first turn. I ought to pay more attention to my bands and when they're doing tours. Though I don't think any of them are coming down to Texas anytime soon. I'm thinking of having a pool made specifically for Pokemon. Texas probably doesn't agree with a lot of the bands I would be listening to. Also, right, we'd probably find Mareep around here somewhere. I did love using Ampharos for my, Johto run. I do love that evolution line a lot. And I love Mega Ampharos. I wish it was stronger. Does this evolution line get Tail Glow? I feel like they should. Like, that's the whole point of the evolution line, right? Really, only Volbeat, Manaphy, and Xurkitree learn it. Which... Xurkitree, I guess, is just a better Ampharos. And it's still not that good. Probably a great baton pass recipient, though. Really, Tail Glow exists, and it was a signature move of Volbeat. Does Volbeat even get baton pass? I feel like that would be the only purpose it would get it. Do Professor VTubers dream of Electric Sheep? I'm quite certain they do. I dream of Ampharos pretty often. It's a weird pun. Yeah, I know it's the same situation with both Ampharos and Executor. Where, because of a pun, they end up becoming dragon types. This one's being difficult. Has pass and a good special move pool. Okay, that's good at least. Well then. Kick my butt, why don't you? Okay, so it was Gen 5 onwards where it became 3 stages. Yeah, what a powerful move. Yeah, doesn't have good special attack to use that. I'm looking at Volbeat on my other screen. When does it get Baton Pass? Oh, Bulbapedia probably only has the most recent generation. I feel like the Baton Pass feels like it'd be one of those moves they removed from the newest generation. Because I know they've been yoinking out a lot of the good classics. Yeah, let's get you a revive, buddy. I'm sorry, friend. You can recover. I'm a good runner. I'm really fast. I like how every trainer on here is as strong as an Elite Four member. I mean, they don't have enough Pokemon, but they have strong Pokemon. I mean, you've got a little bit of health there, but I think we want to switch anyway. Not gonna make a difference. And we'll Sword Stance. Get rid of the whole team like this. Does Bulbapedia have previous generation entries? Oh, yep. The big storm's starting. There's one scheduled to be around here, so if the stream goes offline at some point, y'all have an idea of what happened. It shouldn't affect us too much, though. Alright, Toglo Baton Pass. I wonder if that actually gives it a pretty good niche in any of the lower tiers. Is Baton Pass banned in lower tier? I know it gets banned from OU like every generation. But do people get away with it in, like, underused or RU? Like, could a Pokemon that would be NU worthy be legal with Baton Pass in, like, UU, is what I'm wondering. Oh, that's cool. It's just specifically, it keeps getting banned from OU because you'd get a good Pokemon that shows up there. And ends up enabling a lot of other OU Pokemon to be even more of a problem than their barely legality lets them get away with. Did y'all hear they finally banned Machamp from Diamond and Pearl OU? They finally got tired of dealing with No Guard Dynamic Punch and they're like, oh yeah, Machamp's just an Uber now. We don't want to deal with you anymore. The shame of this. I'm red-faced. Sub-Toglo Ice Punch T-Bull. Yeah, makes sense. If it's banned from OU, it's banned from everything lower. Wait, you say Ice Punch. Is this a Gen 3 set? Machamp is gone, but not Paraflinch Jirachi. Okay, is there... It just came to the end here. Oh, there's something off to the right. If it's banned from OU, it's banned from everything lower. Wasn't there something about, like, weird sleep clauses where that... I mean, I might just be thinking across different generations. Like, I almost want to say that I remember hearing about, sleep being banned from Gen 1 OU, but not from, like, UU? Of course, I could be wrong. Good spot to Thunderbolt. Soon, Blocky's actually going to be one of the stronger members of our team after Evolution. Shame we don't get Eviolite. I feel like that would be a must-have on the official Xander Turing Pokemon team. There'd have to be an Eviolite Porygon too. Oh, it's the exact opposite. It's banned in UU, but not in OU? Right, because I know all about Executor being one of the big, strong ones. That's exactly right. I've been mixing up how I've been here in all my big yellow videos lately. Alright, so I did get it bank ways. Alright, so no Baton Pass shenanigans then, since it's apparently too good in just about every generation it shows up. Yeah, isn't that like the only thing that Hypno can do, is sleep? And without being able to put enemies to sleep, it's just strictly worse version of a lot of other Pokemon? Tentacruel's still really good, isn't it? Like, isn't it the single best UU Pokemon in Gen 1? Also, as a forewarning to anyone in here, I don't care about Gen 1 competitive, I just keep hearing about it. I think Gen 1 is honestly way too jank for me to appreciate it competitively. Like, I can have those opinions about Gen 3, which is also kind of jank. But overall, I'm more interested in, like... I guess Gen 7 stuff. I still liked my Mega Evolutions. Wrap, High Speed, and Hydro Pump? I thought this was an ancient ruin, but it's teeming with ghosts. I think we're all big yellow-pilled around here, Aaron, is the thing. See, that's the dream I have. I want to have the, big yellow situation where I just get to, autistically ramble about whatever my hyperfixation is of the week. Make a really good video essay out of it, and people are happy to watch them. Though, unfortunately, I don't have enough hyperfixation on weird competitive Pokemon tiers, or more popular fighting games. I can still go down some pretty interesting rabbit holes. Well, we'll also be right back soon, Kahila, because I'm looking at the time. Yeah, I need another drink. You know what? I'll do the same. Lego Brick Colors is another one of my favorites, of course. Like I said a couple months earlier this year, especially now that I got a schedule that can enable me to be a bit more productive, I am thinking about sitting down and figuring out what kind of video essays would be cool to do. Oh, that would be an idea. I could ask y'all in the server what kind of video essays y'all be interested in. Like, I'd brainstorm a couple of ideas for y'all, and then y'all tell me which one sounds most interesting. I'm trying to get out of here, but I always end up at the same spot. Maybe the number of boulders is a hint. I mean, your way out is right here, buddy. But alright, we'll be back in just a moment. I'd rather not have the spoopy cave music. Let's get Yeah. Let's get yourself some pleasant BGM instead. See y'all in just a moment. And once again, we return. So, right. We're looking around for someone in Lost Cave, I assume. I mean, we're led here, we might as well figure out what's going on. So what's funny? Toho Puppet Dance Performance has this exact same kind of puzzle. The number of boulders around are a clock face. So the direction we're supposed to go, that's 12. So we go up here. We have 6 in this room, so that's down. I think there's a mysterious power at work in this cave. It's called, the Ocarina of Time. What a cool little effect that was in that game. Like the whole being able to indefinitely loop into different areas. From a lot of the times I've done game making stuff, if you don't have your game engine set up specifically to handle situations like that, then it's really weird trying to make infinite loops like that. You gotta have like a player-centric model for how your world is set up. So with the new schedule, I've been told that, or even so far, it looks like I'll be able to have much more available weekend streams for y'all. They'll be giving me some weekend days off rather than having me do both weekend days as often as possible. We're gonna have to put Blocky in reserve pretty soon. We're running out of PP. There should be a lot more room for game dev streams soon, and I already have an idea what I could end up focusing on. I got some really, really cool ideas planned. Because now that I have a better situation available... Oh, there is the thunder outside. If you don't go into the right tunnel, you won't get ahead. Ah, but you're misleading me, because right is not the correct direction. It's down. And then it's right. And then that is 9, right? 9. 6. 3. 9. Oh, we got that wrong. Yeah, then back through here. Another 6. 3. 9. Do y'all hear that in the background? There's lots of thunder going on around here. Oh yeah, that's 12. We miscounted. Pretty hard. What do you intend to do with me? Oh, and we didn't even swap Blocky out. Well, luckily we have someone who can deal with normal types here. I love how colorful our team is now. Now that we have Scizor, we've got just a whole bunch of different colors everywhere. Okay, I definitely hear my voice cracking a lot. I suppose it's time for another drink. Oh, Lynx, how you doing? Let me give you a shout out real quick, because I think some of my friends aren't familiar with me. Yeah, I think I've seen you able to raid in quite a bit more lately. How you doing, bud? It's been, well, I wouldn't necessarily say quite a while, but we haven't been able to talk as frequently as we've known each other. But what were y'all up to this evening? I will take that hydration and that posture check. Glad to see ya. We're getting through the post-game stuff in FireRed this evening. Oh, and a defense raise. Look at that. Oh, right. We've been tormented. Wait, would it have been better just to Swords Dance? I've never heard of Terra Invicta. Tell me about it. Well, we got taunted anyway, so we couldn't Swords Dance either. But hey, I'll take the payday. Oh, I was afraid that you meant to harm me. She only says after the battle's been won. I'm so glad that you happened here. I grew rather bored of walking, and I'm feeling fatigued. May I ask you to take me home from here? Do y'all hear that? Okay, maybe y'all don't hear that over the mic. But yeah, we got huge thunder right around here. Thank you. You may go now. Is that the end of it? Oh? Do I know you from some... Oh no, she's horrible! When I was a kid, I don't think I picked up enough on how horrible she is. Oh, 4X. I enjoy a good 4X game. I just started playing Civ again with some friends. You play as the secret cabal vying for power and influence while aliens are invading, quote unquote. Do you play as the aliens or are you playing against them? How do the aliens factor in while you're already a secret cabal? Oh, but that doesn't matter. I am exquisitely bored. Please hear my wish. I wish to see a Pokemon. A darling Blastoise. I want to see one right away. Please make my wish come true. Well, lucky for you, I have one right here. I'll give it a look. Oh, hello there. Oh, my gracious. That must be the Blastoise you caught for me. I see a resemblance to you. Thank you so kindly. Is something the matter? You may leave. Oh, fine. I understand now. Sebastian, I need you here this instant. Who appears out of the wall? Yes, my lady. See to it that this person is given a token of appreciation. I shall do as you bid, my lady. Thank you for the lurk links, and thank you so much for the raid. Any of y'all who are here who haven't met me yet. Like Links here, I am a scientist professor VTuber. I play a lot of roguelike sim games and fighting games, but I'm also a longtime fan of Pokemon, and this is the first Pokemon stream we've gotten back to in, like, 2 or 3 years. And it might end up becoming a more regular thing that we do a lot more Pokemon around here. I sincerely thank you for pleasing Lady Selfie. Please, accept this as our thanks. Oh hey, I could use one of those. I could use several dozen of them, actually. The smile of Lady Selfie has the brilliance of the sun. Please, I beg you to bring joy to Lady Selfie. I wish you the best of luck. Oh, do I know you from somewhere? Oh, but that doesn't matter. I'm exquisitely bored. Please hear my wish. I wish to see a Pokemon. A darling Raichu. So I've actually watched videos on the Sebi Island mechanics lately. You have a limited number of steps, like 1,500. Since they don't do time events by actual time in FireRed, it's just by how many steps you do. Just munching and gaming and enjoying the stream. I'm glad you are, Jedi. We've got about 30 minutes left. It's been a 6-day work week prior to today, or prior to this stream, so I am looking for an opportunity to rest afterwards. I was feeling tired at the beginning, but I've mustered up quite a bit of the good vibes and good energy from getting into the groove here. Though for the sake of my own health, I will keep it to... Darn it! I did it again! I keep clicking through the dialogue too quickly. I guess we head on to 6 Island next. Where was I? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it to the usual 3-hour stream. Best I can. Fortune Island of aged wisdom. There's nothing that young people would find exciting here in this island. But this is a good place in terms of nature and history. Relax and enjoy your stay. When you're this far away from the city, the sky at night is fantastic. My name is Dan. I love fossil Pokemon. I have an extra oh, right, cool. So these are some of the folks we talk- oh no. Hey Xander, how's your Pokédex filling up? Looks like it's impossible to get all the Pokemon by hanging around just these parts. Maybe there are Pokemon we don't know about somewhere far away. Well, if I can't do it, there's no way for you to get it done. I'm not going to get all desperate over this. I'll keep collecting Pokemon at my own pace while I train them. That's what I'll do, so there's no point in staying here. I may as well leave for home. That's that then. Smell you later. Man, you don't gotta be polite with him. You know Pokemon that evolve only upon trading, yes? But did you know that there are still others? Some Pokemon evolve only when traded while holding specific items. For 10 years, I've searched for ruins. No, make that 20 years. I get this feeling that there's something hidden on this island. Maybe we can go back for the Togepi later. I've already semi-forgotten about it. While we're here, though, let's get that Kabuto. Oh, and the fighting guy right next to him must be for the other Hitmon. My name is Will. I love fighting Pokemon. I have an extra Hitmonchan. There you go. So yeah, these are part of the ROM hack. We're supposed to get the original 150. I don't think we get 151 in this game. But for the context of not having anyone to reasonably trade with, we get whatever the other Pokemon we didn't take from a lot of these situations. Modest Hitmonchan, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, buddy. You deserve better than having a modest nature. I will happily accept this Kabuto. Who personally I enjoy a lot more. Hey, Hasty, not bad. This isn't too far off of my original team in FireRed either. I think I remember it now. It was like Venusaur, Raichu, Scyther until later Scizor, Kabutops. Then I got Zapdos. Who was my last one? I can't remember. And I know I brought that subject up multiple times on stream, so probably I did remember some other time. And I've forgotten since. We probably have a lot of better stuff available in all the marts out here, which, it's funny. Yeah. Sure, here in the backwater, wild, rural islands, we get way better stuff. Welcome, aka Jay. Or should I just call you Walker? Maybe with a little bit less hua. You've got the EXP share, so Bugsy goes on point. Yeah, we got like red, green, yellow, pink and blue, more blue. Lots of good colors spread around. I don't think we have anything that would be good on Scizor. Soak Scarf, maybe. I guess, yeah, we do gotta just make it a berry. Whoops, wrong one. Oh, only 30. Yeah, only 30 HP. I'm practicing in secret, so no one can see me. Is that guy a ninja? No, he's just another juggler. Why would a juggler not want to be seen? Oh, well, if he's training and making mistakes, yeah. Wow. I never thought about it, but Bugsy really loses to electric types. Your turn then, Kageyama. I think maybe Leech Seed is a better one to start with. Especially since we'll be able to tank a lot of these guys pretty reliably. We kind of need that health now that we have paralysis. Swift always gets an interesting distribution. Like, we get it on Voltorb and we get it on... Darn, I'm trying to think of the other Pokemon I've seen that get to use it. Yeah, it's cute that we have a never miss attack, but it's so weird that there's specifically, oh, you fire a whole bunch of little stars at your opponent. Yeah, introduced in Generation 1. Perfect accuracy 60. Yeah, like, it shows up on Sandshrew, Golbat, Hitmonchan. Like, there's a whole bunch of weird Pokemon that get it. And it's a special attack. I get why it's on Ladybug and Ladian, because they're supposed to have some connection to the stars. Yeah, Skarmory. It seems as the generations went on, they gave it to more sensible Pokemon. Alright, do it again. In Gen 2, it's a T... I guess that makes sense. Just because Technician is what I'm always thinking about. Do we have any Technician Swifters? Is there any Pokemon out there that has Technician and just has a never miss attack as one of their best attacking options? I like the idea. What's really cool is in Toho Puppet Dance Performance. Yeah, Keen Eye is still an ability, but Keen Eye also has the secondary effect of boosting any of your never miss attacks by 1.5. Oh, yeah. Technician Aerial Ace. I'm a dummy. That's why I forget, because I'm always thinking about, oh, I wish we had more special Technician abusers. Because all of them but one are just physical attackers. Yeah, you're right on the Aerial Ace, I forgot. But even then, in later generations, that's not the case. Sure, Encore the... I don't even know what movie used it last. Ah, not a good idea. Can we talk about how sadistic it is that Wobbuffet gets to learn Encore? Like, there's so many cool special attacks that could be abused with Technician. I'm gonna make my own fake Mon hack game, and I'm gonna have a Technician abuser that uses special attack. Can we talk about how intense Scissor's mini sprite is? That little guy? Yeah, I always like these sprites, and I love that they stuck around in newer generations after we even moved off the sprite-based games. Yeah, that guy looks ready to go. I like the Porygon as well. Yeah, looking at the list of Technician Pokemon. Okay, we've got Roserade. And then, like, what? Toxicity? Toxtricity. Yeah. Barely got any Technician abusers. Big pincers, yellow eyes, lots of triangles. Very, very pointy guy. I like this sprite too. Scizor has a very orange sheen in this game. I think they make it more definitively red in other games, but here it's very orangish red. Comparable to the VTuber hair color model. Oh, VTuber model hair color. Can y'all tell I've had a busy week? I didn't even know that Toxtricity got Technician. Toxtricity, of course, being both an electric type and a punk rocker, is a mon that I will absolutely have to get if I'm ever playing a game that has them. But I don't know about them much function-wise. It's washed out colors because of GBA having no backlights. That checks out. My boyfriend's always busy, so I come swimming by myself. Of course, I started with an SP, I didn't start with an original GBA. So I had a very different experience. You're an electric type, which we lose to. Though, I think you also get Volt Absorb, so... Can we get a third evolution for Lantern? I want this evolution line to be stronger. Because it is such a cool one. Water and electric. Well, I don't personally need a headphone jack myself. So that never bothered me. Well, that's cool. So Toxtricity has, like, one special attacker and one physical attacker? It looks like? Yeah, Lantern's gonna have more special defense, so... this probably doesn't KO. Yeah, not with the 60 base power. Yeah, we'll let Bugsy get a little bit more experience. Sharing the fun. So for getting Technician, I wonder if Toxtricity does anything cool with it. Ah! Electro Web, that's a cool idea. Use that on Switch in. What? You're suggesting you're sick of seeing swimmers like me? Aw, don't be hating. I mean, I've got a grass and an electric type, so I'm not tired of it. We got ourselves a wonderful matchup against them. I'll take it. We haven't used Zapdos that much because I do want everyone else to be able to catch up. But heck, once Blocky evolves, our team's pretty much in its final state. And now I'm wanting to plan what we end up doing for our next Pokemon games. Though, something I did think about lately. Sure, we could leave FireRed aside for a little bit, but then pick up Digimon Time Stranger. Because I've been itching to play that for like the past 9 months that it's been out. Oh, no. I hear we're almost done with Hollow Knight as well, so quite possibly we end up just having Silk Song and FireRed rotate out and then do a Pokemon ROM hack and Digimon? I'd be excited for that. What else do we even teach to you? Wait, can Scizor learn Body Slam? That would be cool. Probably not Rock Tomb, yeah. And very unlike... Yeah, I would have heard about Earthquake Scizor if that was a thing. Alright, Kahila, I know we've talked about a lot of games lately, but trust me, with everything on my schedule, it'll be difficult for me to remember something. Did I promise you a game lately, and if so, please do remind me. Because I know, Castlevania's also been on the list. You're right, Brick's a really good mood to use. I had to start writing down these streams that I got queued up next. Wait, do you not get Brick this generation? Hold on. Yeah, okay, I was thinking it was Aria of Sorrow. Yeah, that would be quick enough to go through. Okay, I can probably buffer that in before, like, whatever the next Pokemon game would be. No, because it gets Brick in other generations. But I think specifically in this one it might not. So yeah, like, Gen 6 decks. Yeah, it's there. I think it's specifically in Gen 3 it doesn't get it yet. It can learn Counter by TM, funny enough. And has an egg move. And Reversal, that's weird. Yeah, it gets it as a TM move in the next generation, not in this one. I mean, we have potentially room for multiple streams, Kahila. But yeah, you know what? That'll be our next game after we get through with FireRed. I'll have Aria of Sorrow because I promised it plenty enough times. Plus, on that subject of doing a lot more game dev streams for y'all, I gotta get my practice in with Metroidvanias. Yeah, no, we don't have that many good moves to teach Scizor. Wow. That move pool is barren. Hello, Pokemon. It's time to battle. So I do want to experiment with game dev. I have an idea for a big central project I'd like to pick up. Gee, get us 2 electric types, so we don't have any good options. You know what's funny? Marissa actually filled a very, very big hole on our team. Had a lot of attacking types that the rest of our Pokemon don't. Plus being able to use, like, Earthquake. Okay, one of our future Pokemon game runs we gotta go through. We need the no-guard dynamic punch. Just to feel that power. I mean, I guess we could teach it secret power. That move tends to work pretty well for a lot of Pokemon. You're mean. You're bad for winning. Yes, this is what children do. They bully younger children. This is a whole new town. Wanted, the ultimate horn. Right, this is the person who looks at Heracross, right? Heracross. Big and shiny, it's the bug boss. Love it, need it, Heracross. For whenever we find one. Which, hopefully soon. I let a pleasant breeze lead me all the way here. Heracross is another one I like a lot, too. I mean, who doesn't like Heracross? The very powerful beetle. I guess we keep the rest of the moveset on here, because False Swipe for the occasional catching challenge is still pretty good. After all, we're gonna have to deal with Raikou when we get back to, Kanto, aren't we? Unless it's already roaming. I don't know yet. I don't know if we gotta finish the Ruby Sapphire stuff before we do that. You're so cute when you're determined. Alright, gotta surf around, grab that one little item. What do we got? Elixir, not really all that great. Might as well pop a repel in an early area. I think that's something we can do for next stream. Okay, that would be a really cool way to top this all off. So, I don't know if we have a full nother stream of things to do with the remaining Sevi Island stuff. Since I kind of already know where we're going, we might not need to do that much exploration. But having a whole stream just for catching all the big legendaries and stuff like that, we still gotta go back and get Mewtwo as well. So we could save that for like our send-off stream for this version of FireRed. Bet you think I'm just some guy, don't you, eh? I'll have you know my Rattata is in the top 10% of blah blah blah. Hey, one of the very few rare endangered Farfetch'd. So yeah, gotta catch the other legendary birds, gotta catch Mewtwo, well, get through Cerulean Cave just as well. And we still need to do an Elite Four rematch. Time for dinner. I was worried you were gonna say something like that, Levy. Oh, here's another one. Second course. If we ever go through, which one is it? Is it, Sword and Shield? That has Surfetched? We gotta get a Farfetch'd and name it dinner. Bet you think I'm weak, don't you, eh? Levy, why does that feel like that could be a King of Town bit? I didn't know I ate the delicious duck bird into extinction. Well, Porygon ain't getting through that. Evolve's name Arcanian. You know it would be really funny? If we stalled it out with Leech Seed. Okay, Light Screen on Chansey though doesn't sound like a bad idea. Like, you swap it into a special attacker, Light Screen, then get one of your physically bulky mons in. Oh, we didn't need Sleep Powder, we need Leech Seed. Because I know Chansey's whole thing is like toxic soft-boiled stalling and all that. Just siphon off some of that HP. It's funny, we've never gotten exactly a physical Chansey, have we? I mean, yeah, we've got Skarmory, but Skarmory's a little bit different in function. I feel like Skarmory does so well because of typing more than stats. But even then, 140 defense is huge. Incredible type combination, though. Yeah, most of our team is physical attackers. Or special attackers. You're like the one physical attacker that we have, Bugsy. Even then, Dragon Claw is still special attack in Gen 3. That should KO. And take forever to do it. At least it's not Gen 4, where every single HP ticks down on its own frame. KOing the level 100 Blissey in that game takes forever. Full heal for a little friend. Oh! Right! You woke up. There's a whole bunch of people who have, like, conflicting opinions on what the deal is supposed to be with pattern push back here. What's with Heracross's sprite in this generation? Like, why are its little finger claws here bending backwards? That's one thing that always confused me. I think it has some excellent sprites in the 4th generation games. Yeah, Heracross is just that good. Well, if we know we're gonna run into them in here, let's see about putting someone else up front. It's getting ready to focus punch. Funny, for as much as we built up Zapdos, we haven't used it that much. I guess we gotta do that for the Elite Four rematch, for sure. How do you sit in point? Shoutouts to the Stadium 2 rental Chansey. One of them. Am I the only girl that likes bug Pokemon, she says. Really cute that we have that. Oh, and you're not even using a bug. Defense curl, rollout, body slam, and softball. Okay, that is funny. Defense curl, rollout shenanigans. I didn't even know that Chansey got to learn rollout. That's wild. I lost, but I'm still laughing. Am I the only girl like that? No, I know plenty of girls who laugh when they lose. It's wild seeing a Kakuna this late into the game. Look, look! There are funny patterns on the ground. You know, it's funny. Even offensively, Drill Peck is still kind of a pretty good complement to Electric, because you still get to hit all those grass types with it. Doesn't Zapdos get Hurricane in newer generations? Yo, Game Freak. Where's my Mega Zapdos with Drizzle? Am I thinking of something else? Okay, so I was right. Was it Generation 8 and not Generation 9? But yeah, Hurricane Thunder Zapdos would be great. I mean, Zapdos has always been great for rain teams. Just by virtue of having a really good fast thunder. One of my first sets I made for, so what I did, way back when, 18 years ago or whatever, I was starting to grasp the idea of competitive Pokemon back in the Diamond Pearl days. Of course, I would have still been a very, very bad trainer because I had Dusk Noir on my team, of all things. But I was starting to come up with actual strategies. And yeah, I did have a Rain Dance Zapdos is something I wanted to do. You know? I'll poke y'all about that in the server. If y'all aren't doing anything on Sunday night, then Pokemon Showdown wouldn't be a bad idea for a celebratory stream. I've kept teasing the idea. Also, that's wild. Newer generation shows Zapdos getting to learn Zap Cannon of all things. Which, yeah, I'm not surprised, but that's pretty cool. If only it could use it. You are worth setting a brother for. Is there any Pokemon that has a good reason to use Zap Cannon? Like, looking through the list of Pokemon that learn it. I feel like no one who can Fortress? I guess. Smack Skarmory? Okay, yeah, that actually makes sense a lot. Just for the anti-Skarmory tech. Yeah, I can see it. Alright, alright. Weird that Fortress, of all things, gets it. That's a Pokemon I gotta train for whenever we do a Heart Gold Soul Silver run. I want no guard Zap Cannon though. It would be funny. Rest Chesto Curse Thief Duskull. So defensive just so it can steal your item? Take a deep breath. Isn't the air delicious? That actually reminds me, I fought a, I have been playing through Touhou Puppet Dance Performance again lately. And there is someone who uses a Marissa, which, obviously, not Marissa, Marisa. We've been saying Marissa and Marisa in this stream, because we've seen it, spelled the same way for our Machamp. But obviously, the, dance performance version of Marisa has the ability to steal item. It's okay to equalize. Yeah, I feel like it's not that difficult to mix them up. What's weird is that with Street Fighter 6, that was the first time I'd seen Marissa with that pronunciation spelled with just one S. But yeah. The thing that made me laugh was one of the trainers I fought in that game had a Marisa with a U-turn in that game isn't bug type, it's dark type. So had a dark gem to give a boosted U-turn. And also had the ability to steal items whenever you attack someone. So boost U-turn, steal item, and swap out. Incredibly character appropriate set. That is extreme aura is what that is exactly, Kahila. I mean, I've heard Marissa as a name plenty of times. I've only ever seen it spelled with two S's, though. The Gen 5 gems were banned in competitive Pokemon though, right? Or banned in, like, Smogon and what, right? If you'd like, I can teach you how to breathe properly, which I definitely need that lesson. Let's send Bugsy back out. Yeah, I guess that stuff doesn't fly in, like, a real strategy. Yeah, later just completely removed. Was that the first time we were trying to do generational gimmick item? Get, like, generational battle gimmicks? Because it was the next gen that we got Mega Evolution. Then we got Z-moves, and now we have Terrestrialization. No, it was, Gigantamaxing. Or Gigantamaxing. Now Terrestrialization. I guess that's one reason I like Gen 7 so much. Because it still kept the gimmick of the previous generation. Yeah, you are right, Kahila. Though it is luckily something you only deal with once per battle in the case of Z-moves. The extreme energy of burning a gem on U-turn to steal an item and swap out, though. I busted my ass laughing when I saw that happen to me. Alright, we're getting to the end of Pattern Bush here, and yeah. It's getting about time for us to leave for this evening. I mean, Uproar sounds like it would be really good in double battles, right? I can't imagine that having a purpose in singles. It's okay, losing is a fun part of Pokemon's appeal too. So who are you trying to stop from falling asleep, though? Oh, yuck! I think a bug stung me. Yeah, I like that doubles lets you use a lot of cool moves that don't really see use in singles. And I don't mean things like Follow Me, which would be useless in singles regardless. I am a Trick Room enjoyer. As someone who loves Porygon 2 with all his little nerdy heart. I love Porygon 2 and any Trick Room shenanigans to work with it. Oh, as anti-spore from the enemy team. Okay, yeah. Stopping your allies from falling asleep. Which I could certainly use right now. Yeah, that checks out. Alright. I'll poke the server and ask if folks are wanting to do, like, showdown stuff this Sunday. I just want to have a big chance to stream and or vibe with all of y'all. If it turns out folks don't want to do anything... Well, I'd like to do things on stream so that people could, like, participate and lurk in the celebration, even if they don't want to make their presence known. And knowing all of our friends, I know a lot of people like to lurk. But I want to do some stuff that everyone would have fun with. Or most of us. Yeah, look at all the bug Pokemon. Alright, I'll put together a Gen 3 team. I'll ask what formats people are interested in. I don't think I'd cook Kahila is the thing. Obviously, I make a Zapdos and Metagross team, but I don't know that I'd do anything particularly creative or interesting. Especially since, for what I know about Gen 3, a lot of the super cool stuff happens in that generation based off of how you can predict opponents. Like how we've got Focus Punch shenanigans in that game. I like Registeel. I don't like Registeel that much. I don't like Registeel enough that I would have both Registeel and Metagross on the team. But I absolutely have to have my second and first favorite Pokemon on the team. Because I can't put Haxorus on a Gen 3 team either. You wish this area had some Bug Maniac, those are endearing. Is that a character type in this game? Have you noticed something odd about these parts? Was Bug Maniac a Gen... Oh, first debuted in Generation 3. Oh, they're only in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Got it. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, they're only in Hoenn. The one with the magnifying glass? Yeah, seeing the guys pop up here with their fairly normal looking sprites was disappointing me a bit. I love the one where they're peering through the magnifying glass. He looks like a Pringles can. Iconic. Let's see if this does any damage. Onix still has really, really good defense. But also no HP. If I were to have any sort of executive control over Pokemon, I would absolutely make Onix have a different stat spread. Like a better one. I think Onix serves the exact perfect function in the context of the game, but as a Pokemon design of a giant rock snake, that thing needs a different stat distribution. Yeah, there we go, Swift. On Sand Slash of all things. I feel like you could take 40 points of defense and put them into attack on Onix. It was also designed to be kind of an asshole. I mean, that's appropriate. I wish we had something like Graveler for that first gen. Fast Rap and Fast Screech. Oh, okay, I can kind of see it. The fact that Onix has a way higher speed stat than attack is weird, though. A Pokemon that huge should not have an attack stat less than Butterfree. I'm glad Steelix is good, though. Have you taken a good look around your feet? See, that would have so much more aura to it if he had the magnifying glass. Less attack than Joltik. I think we fought every trainer in here. Also cute. You know what? We might as well. I know Ladian was a Pokemon I picked up eventually. I don't remember who I beat the Elite Four with in FireRed. And yeah, Ladian is horrible, absolutely horrible. But, a little bit of history and trivia about Xander. I am fond of ladybugs. They're one of my favorite insects. Very cute little red beetles. Spins a web using fine but durable thread. It then waits patiently for prey to be trapped. QR scanner? Scan the forest for a secret I know this game came out before QR codes were a thing. Do we actually know what's going on with Pattern Bush? I heard people say it's supposed to look like the original red and blue circuit boards, but I think that's not true. Yes, it does look very QR code, though. You are right. Did we fight you? Yeah, you were the guy who's like, yeah, there's so much... Okay. I think that was the guy who was like, yeah, there's so many bugs. I mean, SarahB.net would have the actual information if it meant anything. Well, 386 is pretty cool. I wonder if that's just a coincidence, though. What have we got at the end here? I forgot what was past Patterned Bush. I thought that was a dead end. Oh, don't tell me it's Altering Cave. Because for some reason this water route looks familiar, and I do not like Altering Cave existing. And then having nothing to do. Huh? I was envisioning my house, but this is where I teleport? I feel like that's not the right sprite they should be using for psychics. Patterned Bush or Thicket of the Symbols. Well, Altering Cave was also in FireRed and Leaf Green, equally doing nothing. I guess we aerial ace. Times like this, I wish we did have a bug move to use. Oh, this girl's from Hoenn. I don't know that I necessarily wanted to use a citrus berry on that. It's supposed to be a circuit board, and that's why you find bugs. That does make sense. I think that's more... Well, what I was wondering is if we have a, like, confirmed answer for why it looks like that. That's a great pun. That's definitely something a Japanese dev would do. You know, that's brilliant enough. I'm gonna keep that idea. It's full of bugs. I was in the middle of talking. I missed it. Did we get Leech Seed? Yes, we did. I think now we just want to put Sidewinder out front for someone to just have a lot of PP to get through all these mons with. Everyone else is kind of tuckered out by now. What's up, Kahila? Yeah, I do think that is something that was really cool specifically about Gen 1 too. I kind of wish it was something that was kept. Though I do like that every type has kind of a smaller identity these days. Nitori and Sidewinder can just pop out now. We still have Dragon Claw. Grass types being defensive. Rock types being physical tanks. Psychic types being juggernauts. Yeah. Kind of helps you identify which... A lot of the... I mean, with how popular Gen 1 is, a lot of them are designed well enough that you should be able to figure out what type of Pokemon is by first glance. Though aside from that, I am still very much on team. I prefer if we had just more type diversity of... You can find a sweeper of any type, or a special attacker of any type, or a tank of any type. Outcast Island. I don't know if I remember this. It's not so easy sending Pokemon out while swimming. Again, Another reason I love Puppet Dance Performance so much. Yeah, really good for RPG design in general, Kahila, for sure, for sure. Like that, Iturin that I mentioned with the no-guard zap cannon shenanigans. That's a defensive fighting electric type. Got kind of a similar stat spread to Machamp. Slightly less attack. I didn't lose to you at swimming. This doesn't bother me. The original Zera Ora. Like, okay, we never got electric fighting type with Electivire. Or not even Zera Ora. Wait, is Zera Ora electric fighting type? I thought it was just electric. No, they kept taunting us with the idea of an electric fighting until we got Palmot, I think? Yeah, it's Palmot that gets the... Yeah, it's the Gen 9 Pika clone. As well as Iron Hands. I know those because I did see them while I was team building in one of our previous showdown sessions. Yeah, Sidewinder, you go out first. You can actually hit water types. Big sister, help! Please battle with me! Iron Hands is an incredible design. One of my favorites of the newer gen. Like, I gotta look back through the Gen 8 and 9 decks and pick some favorites out of there. Gotta remember that. Star me for our next FireRed run. Also, I'm being attacked by a cat. He wants snuggles, because we've gone over time. But I mean, I'm still having a great time with y'all. Always. Wild seeing Zapdos as the slowest member of this team. I feel like there's a lot of the Paradox Pokemon which have really, really great design ideas ruined by the fact that they're all forced into the same ability. Like, I'd love for something that has the Iron Hands function with a different ability. Applin? What about Applin specifically? I must have missed what I was saying at that time. Okay, Skronko, you can sit up on the desk. Lay down, Mr. Skronko. Oh, favorite Gen 8 and 9. Yeah, that checks out, that checks out. Applin is a great design. I really, really like Toxtricity a lot. I gotta think about some other competing designs. Toxtricity is Gen 8, right? Need a non-triage ability to boost recovery moves. Instead of being priority, they heal for 75%. I like the idea, especially for a cleric. Like, give that ability to someone with heal pulse. That would be cool. I'm having no luck at all. A battle would be a change of pace. Ah, phooey. I was worried that would happen. Sure, let's use your special attack, but it's still a contact move. Your complicated relationship with specifically Knuckles. Okay. Why Knucklestack? Dude, was that the middle evolution or the first one? Because I know Garganical is the really, really infamous, super powerful one that's the final evolution. Is that like Little Cup shenanigans? All three. Okay, so they serve the Regirock function, but better, is what you're saying. Yeah, I'm sad to see that too. I really wish the Regis were a lot better. Hot take, I think they all could just use Recover. They're all constructs that have existed for a long time, so I imagine them being able to do some sort of self-repair. I mean, Regirock's Pokédex entry says that it repairs itself with rocks that it finds. I know Recover is supposed to be, like, regenerating your own cells, but... come on. They've got those huge defensive stat lines. Recover Regice is terrifying when it was tested. In Gen 3, though, right? The only gen where Regice can actually be good? Or did they test it in newer generations? Because I know... Registeel took longer to fall off. 3, 4, and 6. Alright. Interesting. I do like the idea of trying some custom metagames like that. Like, what if we took this one problem move away from this Pokemon and gave a one specific missing move to another one? Does it actually learn Recover, or are they just testing it in battle simulators? I do like that idea because they tested it for competitive-minded ROM hack. That I like. Going back to the puppet dance performance bit, there's a few Touhous that were stronger in the release version, but then were very disappointingly nerfed in the update. Gen 4 and Gen 1, and that would just be bringing back Gen 4 Pokemon to Gen 1 without the abilities or newer mechanics and such. I'm so mad about some of the updates on, it got updated like 10 years ago, but going from base game Touhou Puppet Dance Performance with one of the Iku forms is basically Electros but better. And then after the game got the DLC patch, they removed, and the save files aren't interchangeably compatible, I don't think. They removed a few key moves from its move pool. It was Electros, better Electros, that got Hydro Pump, basically. Normal Psychic. Normal Psychic with Amnesia is actually... yeah, that would be easy OU, wouldn't it? Especially since they wouldn't have super high DSTs to bring back yet. Every move that existed in Gen 1. Allow every mon up to Gen 4. No abilities and no physical special split. Alright. Exactly as expected. Yeah, that is Altering Cave, isn't it? Okay, I specifically remember Altering Cave. I just don't remember Outcast Island specifically. Aw, howdy, cat. Oh, this ROM hack actually makes Altering Cave matter. I don't want an Apom though. Skrongo here. Well, how are y'all doing? Let me get you a shout out, cat. How have you been? Oh, well, there's a Mareep I'd be happy to have. Cat. is attacking me. My own Scrungo is attacking me. Shout out, cat, out. Luckily, my schedule is opening up recently, so I should have time to be able to do more Deadlock coming up soon. Maybe even this Sunday. You're back, what'd you miss, Storm? Just usual Pokemon stuff. We've been having some interesting conversations back and forth. Its fleece grows continually. In the summer, the fleece is fully shed, but it grows back in a week. Well, I'm sorry to say, Kat, I think you raided in right as we were about to be ending our stream anywho. Yeah, just Kahila and Xander being nerds about competitive Pokemon stuff. We were just finishing up since we got to the end of our route here on Route 6. Altering Cave has all of the other Pokemon that you find here, but I'm not too interested in most of them. I think we've explored this whole half. I know there's more stuff to be had south of here, and then the entirety of Seven Island. Heck yeah, cat. I've been having the itch too, I just haven't been having the time. Frostlass not... Well, I guess if Frostlass couldn't abuse a good, ghost-type stuff, that would be half the reason to use Frostlass being invalidated, essentially. Alright. Yep, we've had our whole traversal up here to Altering Cave. We've got Dotted Hole in the Ruins down south. Then Seven Island will have all the stuff with the unknown. And Sea Vault Canyon's where we find Larvitar, funnily enough. Stab, Blizzard, Thunder Wave, and a Ghost yeah, all good. Was self-destruct a thing in Gen 1 yet? Enough physical attack to bully Chansey and Blissey with Body Slam. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't even know that it learned Body Slam. I didn't even know it learned Thunderbolt. What the heck? Okay. So, we'll leave off for next time. Yeah, we have spent about, like, 3.5 hours, so we went over, which is good because we get to do this more often now. Expect this in the future. For, other future reference, right now, at this exact moment, would be approximately when I would be able to start streaming on days where I'd have a closing shift. This would be shortly after I get home right now. So if I got home and immediately turned on my streaming gear, then here's where we could do things like Street Fighter or random little roguelike runs, anything that we'd have super late at night. Cloyster without Clamp, but has a normal immunity. Yeah, Cloyster's been really good in a lot of different generations. And it's funny, it was a Pokemon that they kept giving really cool new stuff too. Like Skill Link Icicle Spear, Shell Smash. Really powerful Pokemon. There's my swig of tea. Let's go ahead and see who else is streaming right now. We will be out for the evening. Tomorrow's gonna be either Deep Rock, Rogue Core, or if folks want to do something else, I'll come up with something different. Oh, well, Kaji's playing Pokemon Champion, so obviously we got a raid in on him. And just because I like using it every single time, our raid message, of course, has to be smell you later. Appropriate for every time we're doing Pokemon FireRed. Alright, I'll grab that URL for our YouTube friends. He's doing some Champions right now, which I would be interested in learning about. I haven't played any of Champions, but while we're thinking about just competitive Pokemon stuff to be picking back up, yeah, I'd like to take a little peek. I know when Braun is streaming, Storm, but we raid into Braun like every other week. I'd like to raid into him a bit less frequently and give some representation to some other folks that we don't get to see as often. Oh, wow. TJ99 is also streaming too. And with a few... Wow. Also streaming alongside Leia Sleepy. So it sounds like you have a very cool circle of friends here, Kahila. Well, on some other day, I think we'll raid into TJ. Yeah, I'd like to reach out to the guy since he's got some very, very cool interests, because I know he's also a Toho fan. But yeah, we will be raiding into Kaji Oniyama specifically. Oh, Skronko's getting in the way of my keyboard. But yeah, he has been here for a few minutes. We deserve to have his lovely mug up here with us. Except he keeps pressing keys on the keyboard and disabling things that I'm trying to do. Okay, did that send? Did that send on YouTube? There we go. Smell you later is our raid message. We will raid into Kaji. Thank you everyone so dearly for your attendance. The schedule that I posted should be able to stay, mostly because, like, every single one of those days that I have listed to stream is either a day off or right before a closing shift, so heck yeah. We've got way more flexibility in our stream schedule now. Class is dismissed. I look forward to how things are going to be for us in the future, and y'all will get a taste of that in the next couple upcoming weeks. Bye, y'all.